If you ever wondered what it's like to spend some time in, say, an eagle's nest, well, just follow the bird footprints here at the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks in Fayetteville, and you can do so. It's all here for those who admire the beauty and science of the natural world. Attracting more than 40,000 visitors a year, the mission of the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks is to increase our appreciation of the native and natural ecosystem of the Ozarks.
It's a learning experience, and every day we do something different, or we plant something different every year, and so that's the adventure for me, is being a gardener that just loves to. I've always said you could be 100 and still learning in this, if you're a horticulturist, because you never can learn it all. As we add gardens or interest here, like the butterfly house, this year I'm learning more and more about butterflies, something I've always loved but never knew much about. So, but as a horticulturist who loves the plants, every year and every season we change here. We try to keep it very interesting. Lots of different color, lots of different species, and so we're always learning something. That's what makes it great.
The butterfly house at the garden happens to be the only one in the region.
We're showcasing Arkansas native butterflies, and we've got about 6 to 12 different kinds of butterflies at any one time, typically, and we try to just show the plants that not only that are required for the nectar for the butterflies, but also the plants that the butterflies will lay their eggs on, and then the caterpillars will grow. So we're constantly moving things in and out to feed the caterpillars, so we can have more chrysalis, so we can have more butterflies. So it's really an educational experience to watch these butterflies and get to know them a little bit better than you would just in fleeting out in the wild.
Working as a volunteer in the butterfly house is Kitty Sanders.
I moved here from Little Rock and I was so surprised to find this place. The gardens are just marvelous to me. It's a hidden gem in my opinion, and all the little pockets of things to look at. And so there's so much to do here to help with the gardening, but many other things, the events and things like that too. I've mostly fallen in love with the butterfly houses. I've learned about the native butterflies here in Arkansas, and it's been a lot of fun working with children to teach them the life cycle and point out all the little things. People generally come in and study butterflies and look around and enjoy that, and are not aware of all the other little parts that they can see, like the caterpillars and the eggs and the chrysalids. So it's just a whole lot of fun to show them.
And I guess a lot of us really don't realize the life cycle of a butterfly. Kind of give us a little lesson.
Well, when I was trained for this, they said generally they're an egg for 2 weeks, a caterpillar for 2 weeks, a chrysalis for 2 weeks, and a butterfly for 2 weeks. That's really oversimplifying it. But it is a cycle like that, and it changes with the weather, what time of year it is, how much light there is. But a lot of them, the butterflies do only last 2 weeks. Eggs hatch out more like 3 to 5 days. And so it's a very interesting cycle that you can show people very quickly.
Not to mention the migration to what, South America?
Well, that's the monarchs.
The monarchs.
And we just think that's fascinating. The first generation comes through here in the spring from Mexico, and they lay their eggs and they keep traveling north, and then come back through here in the fall, and all those monarchs live about 2 weeks, but the last generation lives for months because it travels to Mexico, overwinters there, comes back and lays the first next set of eggs for the next year. And it's just amazing that they know to do that.
The Ozark Native Garden, with more than 30 native plants, portrays why these plants are so vital to songbirds, beneficial insects, and butterflies for their existence.
Yeah, there's a great interest in that. Every year we see more and more people being interested in Ozark native plants. I think people are beginning to care more and more about the planet. And if you love flowers and shrubs and trees, you don't want to give up all the beautiful things that come from other places. But I think more of us are realizing that we don't need to neglect the beautiful plants that we have here in the Ozark region. And so we do have a whole separate garden where that is the only kind of plants growing in that garden are Ozark natives. And we have lots of people come, and that is the one garden they want to see we've revamped that garden this year. We're wanting to make it more of an educational place where people can come and identify some of the plants that are Ozark regional plants and hopefully end up using them in their backyards or front yards.
Speaking of being educational, that is one of the big things you do here for visitors, for school groups.
Right, we have classes, but we also have lots of school children come through here. I don't have the number in my head, but we do have lots of school day trips where they come in. Some of those we have big events like Earth Day here where we have busloads of kids that get off, and then sometimes it's a specific idea or subject that's being talked about, but other times, and there are many visitors to the Butterfly House, children, but education is always part of what we hope to do here. It's one of the main reasons that we exist, and so we're constantly working on name tags for the plants and helping with and we have classes, particularly more classes in the fall. We're pretty busy planting things in the spring, so we concentrate more on some of our classes in the fall.
The Botanical Garden of the Ozarks was quite a few years in the making, and it's still only the beginning.
We're actually a grassroots botanic garden that was started and was established 20 years ago. And it took us about a decade to begin to come forward with some plans and get started. And we started construction in 2005, opened in 2007. So we're entering our 6th year of the garden being open now.
So tell us how the plants shaped up and all the different themes and everything.
This is the first phase of what we hope will be about a 35-acre botanic garden eventually. At the moment, we're on 6 acres of ground, and what we've started with are the display gardens. There are 9 what we call backyard gardens that show different styles and designs of creating garden spaces. And what we had was a competition. We had about 35 plans submitted for the various gardens, and then from that we had a committee that selected the winners and then built the plans off of those entries.
And you've got something like, you estimate, what, 1,200 different varieties here of plants?
Yeah, at least. You know, we really don't have a very good count. We're constantly changing out plants. The annuals that provide a lot of our summer color, they come and go every year. We use different things. The perennials are with us a little bit longer. Of course, the trees and shrubs will be with us long term. We're beginning to get some size out of our plants now, and you know, after 6 or 7 years in the ground, they're beginning to show what they will be, and they'll even be better in the years to come.
And if you happen to be a Keebler elf fan, there's something for you here as well. It was back in the late 1800s when European families settled the Arkansas River Valley region around Altus, attracted by the area's fertile soil and moderate climate. They determined that the area conditions here were very similar to those of the fine winemaking regions back home. We're exploring Arkansas's wine country in this segment, and it takes us back about 5 generations.
Well, my great-grandfather, Jacob Host, come to America in 1872, and he grew grapes in Germany, and he also wanted to grow grapes here. He picked out Altus, this region here, because it very much resembled the land where he come from, Niederwürzbach in Germany. The first thing they did to do was planting grapes. They planted grapes and made wine. And that carried on that tradition all the way up today. My grandfather Joseph Post did it, and my father James Post did it, and I started helping my father in 1937, and my sons joined me in the 60s, and now they have children that are helping them. You never run out of work.
These are called camellarias.
And it's kind of hard to get someone to do it exactly like you want to do it, so you keep on working yourself. That's what I do. Of course, we have a lot of help, but as soon as we get through harvesting at the maybe the end of September, October, then we start pruning. Pruning goes over and all during the winter, during the spring, and you're cultivating and spraying. And first thing you know, you have another harvest. So it never ends.
Altus is a federally designated American Viticultural Area, that is, a recognized grape-growing region of the U.S., much like California's Napa Valley.
This is one of the older varieties that's been grown in Altus since the very, very beginning. My great-grandfather discovered if he grafted this grape called Camel's Early onto a certain rootstock, Cincinnati or Munson, that it would make larger bunches, and it has a characteristic of being able to ship without refrigeration. And so they started out selling grapes fresh market when they didn't have refrigeration. You could send these all the way to Chicago, and they'd hold up. So it's one of the mainstays for our industry here for a long time, and we still grow them.
This is my favorite grape on the farm. It's a Saturn. It's a table grape.
Another favorite is the native muscadine.
These hills you see in the background, it's the foothills of the Ozarks, and that hill you're looking at makes a cutoff line for where you can grow muscadines. So we grow muscadines on the edge here in Altus, and anything grown on the edge tends to be a little sweeter, a little more fruity, and have just a little more robust flavor. So you're looking at the limit right there to grow muscadines. So we're really blessed to live in the Arkansas River Valley at the foothills of the Ozarks for the protection of the coldness from the Ozarks. moderates the colder Missouri type temperatures by about 15 degrees. And it makes our harvest about 10 days earlier. And being located on the plateau here in Altus, we're 500 feet above the Arkansas River, and all the air drains off in the springs for the frost, so the cold air falls, and we're relatively protected by from spring frost as well. So I lived in a very, very unique area here in Altus, and we feel quite blessed and thankful to be here.
From passing all this down from generation to generation to generation, it's I guess you could write your own book on it.
Yes, and it'd be a little more interesting than that TV show Falcon Crest too. Well, it's been great. We learned as children, knee-high to a grasshopper. We started in the vines, and when we were tall enough, we would sucker the grapes, and that's get off the shoots from the trunk that are non-adventitious to the crop. So we started there and working on the bottling line, filling bottles and putting on stamps and seals and capsules. And that's the place where we learned a lot of rhythm with the machinery working. And some of the following generations are rather enamored by it and want to do some of these jobs. It's very romantic working with wine. Vitus is life-giving. The Latin term is vitus for grapes, is the genus. That means life-giving. So those Latin folks knew what they was talking about. Those Greeks when they named it. Of course, God knew what He's doing when He made it. Just the grapes are so good for you.
Well, going back to biblical times.
Yes, way back there, Noah took his grapes off the ark, planted a vineyard, dug a wine press, and made wine. And he lived to be 900 years old and plus a little bit, so might take a clue right there. A little wine is good for you. We saw that recommended 1 glass a day, and that's a good recommendation. I think in the epistle of Paul to Timothy, he says, drink a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thy frequent infirmities. So that's pretty much a prescription right there.
The European immigrants who settled here in 1901 began building St. Mary's Catholic Church atop St. Mary's Mountain overlooking Altus.
We had sandstone here in the hillside, and they quarried the sandstone and shaped it, and it took about 4,000 days of man labor to do all of that and stack it. So the men of the parish contributed their labor, and that's why they were able to afford to do that. Anyway, the cornerstone here was laid in 1901, May the 24th, the Feast of Our Lady Help of Christians, and that's what's written on it. And you see the dedication of the church up here, D-O-M at B-M-V. The church is dedicated to God, most good, most great, and the Blessed Virgin Mary. That's Latin, of course, Deo Optimo Maximo et Beata Maria Virgine. And you see the tripartite, the 3 windows, the 3 arches.
Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, St. Mary's Catholic Church is known for its paintings and ornate gold leaf work. So pay a visit and take in all of what Altus has to offer. Situated in the Arkansas Ozarks west of Jasper, Horseshoe Canyon Ranch is one of the top 10 dude ranches in America. Surrounded by bluffs and rock walls, it's also a favorite rock climbing destination. And then there's this.
Whenever you are. Wait, come back.
A half-mile in length, 300 feet high, and zipping along at 50 miles an hour, the Iron Horse is the longest, highest, and fastest zip line in the state. Get Along Little Doggies takes on a whole new meaning here.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a great addition. We've been doing zip lines for about a dozen years here on the ranch, but the Iron Horse is a different animal altogether. It's just its length and its speed and its height. It's in one of the top 5 in the country, and it's really added a nice dimension to the guest activities while they're here, in addition to their rock climbing and horseback riding, canoeing, and other things we typically do.
Actually, the Iron Horse happens to be one of the top zip lines in North America. And getting to the launch point is a thrill in itself. After a wild ATV ride, a little hiking, and walking up a ramp, you're finally there.
How you feeling, Chuck?
Pretty good. From what I understand, it's a smooth ride, and you just relax and enjoy it.
You're not nervous at all?
Go back and forth from your face and around.
And once you're seated in the harness, there's no changing your mind.
See you at the bottom. Whoa! Was that really necessary?
And if a grandma from Kansas can zip, then anyone can.
I especially enjoyed the zip line. I'd been on zip lines before and I didn't feel very safe, but I felt really safe on this one, so I really enjoyed it.
I'd never been on a zip line before in my life, and so it was pretty incredible walking up there and then seeing this cool structure and kind of the anticipation of getting on it and then running down. It was just it was crazy fun, very, very fun.
Crazy fun.
Crazy fun. You can use that. So, yeah, it's the setup is very professional. The team here really makes you feel comfortable, which is a big thing. It's kind of ominous looking down that big, piece of cable there, but they made us all feel real comfortable and very, very smooth. My fears quickly left as I started scooting down.
See you at the bottom.
Even wife Kim, who said she wasn't going, went.
Hold on. Oh, that was so fun. I can't believe you did it.
And if the Iron Horse zip line isn't enough of a thrill for you, there's also the big swing or screamer.
Yes, I did scream. That was the most apprehensive thing, was to be dropped out over you drop off a cliff and you're just hanging, It was a lot of fun. I've never done anything like that before. I can do roller coasters a few times, but I get very apprehensive, and that was very scary, exhilarating, yet I feel great that I did it.
Yes, crazy fun at Horseshoe Canyon Ranch.
Copy that. Here comes the little lightweight.
That was awesome.
So find your own adventure at Horseshoe Canyon Ranch near Jasper, whether it's the zip lining or any of the other activities. And for more on this destination, plus many of our others, and to order a copy of an episode, visit our expanded website at aetn.org/exploringarkansas. And don't forget to like us on our Facebook fan page. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.